on the drive, goes inside the flop. Turn him over again. Booker scoops it up. Booker brings the boom.
Yes, sir. You know what time it is. NBA playoff time. Big T back in the house. Looking a little taller. Might be sitting on some stacks after that win last night. 50K richer. It wasn't in NBA, but it was in baseball. Big T, I got to bring you in. The Knee House name right now is rolling. You guys are on fire. I'll even give it Uncle T a shout out too. Took down the $88 MLB tournament. You took down the big tournament on DraftKings for 50K. I think it was an $18. And I don't know exactly how many entries you had in there, but probably like 10 or 20, something like that.
20.
Did you get your like 369 cents worth of entry fees? Did you get it down to the T?
I did get something in 69. I don't remember. I had 20 teams. It wasn't your overshoot. Usually somebody undershoots me. You overshoot. It was only 35 because some dude tied me with a not the same team. It was four guys different, which is crazy. 4 guys different and we tied, but still 35. And I won about 15 So the number was correct. It just wasn't all from that.
It was 50K up top, though, right? It was 50K up top, though, right?
20, so it was 35 each. Won about 15 in the basketball, though, too. So it was a good night.
Damn, so
I needed a night.
You guys scored the exact same
with 4 different guys.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we had the same pitchers, which is the hard part of like the tie. So that. Because all the hitters get an even number. Hitters can't get anything but even. So it was weird too because like he didn't have Christian Walker, who scored like 16 or 18, and his first baseman only had 7 or 5. So it was really weird to tie with him. But either way, not complaining at all. And Boynton said I got a stat change or something. I didn't see that part, but something about that they called something in error. Whatever happens, I'll take the first. Very happy in 20 teams. I've been liking the 20 max in baseball because they always have the $3 or $4 that's 20 max and then the main. So you can play 20 max for both for like under 1,000, which I like. I like to put about 500 to 1,000 in each slate. So it works good for me with 20 max. And yeah, Uncle T, another win. We were eating and all those home runs came. We went and got dinner last night after Grayson's thing. Fun little night. I wasn't sure it was going to get all the way to the top, but we were getting a lot of bombs while we were eating. They kept hitting
Uncle
them,
T said he got 7, so he's waiting to see the home run contest or whatever.
DraftKings, like we were talking before, these promotions they run on Tuesday. On Mondays they run the home run thing. Tuesdays they run a different home run thing where if you get 4 bombs on your team you played. In the main contest, I'm sure it had to be the 18 or whatever
Probably.
it was.
Yeah.
4 plus bombs, then you split up the 12 million crowns. And I think I've won 3 straight weeks, and every week it's been like between 50,000 crowns and like one week was like 300,000, 400,000 crowns one week.
Which is like massive because you're talking like a couple $100 right there. You know what I mean? And
one week it was $500. I know it because I went in like I always do and switched them from crowns to money.
Yep.
And it gave me like $500.
Yeah. That's great.
Free.
We talked about it too.
You're literally just clicking the accept button or the in or whatever button it is.
Well, and we talked about it too. Like DraftKings, the promotions they do are by far the best. Like in our opinion, obviously, and we are #DK partners, so we might be slightly.
That's not even why we're saying it, though.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's just a fact. Like, go on these other sites, see what they're giving out for promotions. It's not even close to what DK's doing. Not even close.
Not even close. I love it.
All right. So Big T, we had that. You had your 50K score. Redmond thought you weren't going to show up today, by the way. Redmond, he's here. He's here. He's a little richer.
Redmond had some good teams too. Redmond's my boy. We love Redmond on this show. He was up. I think it was baseball.
Redmond's Redmond's the only Knicks fan that I actually feel bad for.
He's a
when
Knicks
they
fan?
lose.
I didn't know he was a Knicks fan.
I'm pretty sure he's a Knicks fan. I'm pretty sure he's a New Yorker or a
feel
Knicks
bad
fan.
for Knicks fans.
No, I feel bad for Redmond. I do not feel bad for all the Knicks fans. I definitely don't. It just every time I think about it now, I picture that one dude in the Halliburton jersey walking through and they're throwing the trash on him or whatever. I just think about it. I'm like, yep, nope, can't feel bad for that.
Where's your hockey jersey?
I looked. I don't have it yet.
You're the only one that doesn't have it yet?
Saber, you must have forgot me. Unbelievable. Unreal. That's all I'm going to say. If I get it, I'll tweet it out, but I haven't gotten it yet.
You're definitely getting it today because like everyone got it yesterday.
Yeah, and you know what? My deliveries are normally later in the day. So like if it comes, it's probably going to be like late afternoon. So yeah,
those were freaking cool. Everybody I heard was like loving those things. They were sweet.
Yeah, they look sick. 100% look sick. Got our boy K Phallic in the chat. Always Phallic. I'm 3, you're 2, Big T's 1. That's how we stand on the totem pole right now.
What totem pole?
Just how it is. I will say also too, I gotta give Big T before I pull him back down. I gotta give him credit for a couple of things. So this man,
don't even get me started when
he
you're gonna
tweets out. No, I'm gonna give you credit before I pull you back down to earth a little bit. So he tweets out this Halliburton ladder, right? And we talked about it on the show. Was it game 3 where you were like, before game 3, you were like, one of these games he's going to get?
No, it was earlier than that, so it's missed a few. It was okay. After game 1 probably. But still.
Okay, so you were like, one of these games he's going to get like 20 assists or something crazy. But DraftKings will only let you bet up to 16. You were saying 16 was the limit on the last show. Yeah. So you put out that ladder. But you also put in the Discord right before the game started. You put in the Discord this like 300-1 crazy parlay with the boost. Again, hashtag DK partner. They have that 33% boost. They have it for every single playoff game. And some people can only bet like certain amounts of money. So I'm sure you could only bet like $25.
Yeah, let's me bet 100 with those NBA ones. So I love it.
Yeah. So, okay. This dude, he had Halliburton for 16 assists. He had Jalen Brunson for 40 points and Pacers winning and Aaron Nesmith for 15 points. So at halftime, I'm looking at all this stuff. Yeah. I saw he posted that. I didn't bet it because I like saw it after the game started. But like I saw it and I was like, holy shit, this dude is like absolutely live after to win this thing right now.
Better. I think I needed 11 points and 3 assists going to the 4th was it.
Well, because after the 3rd, Jalen Brunson went on that free throw streak, right? Where he was like getting to the line constantly and he went from like 16 or 17 points all the way to 29. So I was like, okay. So at that point, he needed a couple assists, I think 2 or 3. And he needed Jalen Brunson to get 11 more. Aaron Nesmith was already home. The Pacers were winning. Rolling. Yeah, the Pacers were winning, and they were never not winning the whole rest of the game, which was like the best part. So I'm like, this dude's going to hit this 301 parlay, and whoever bet it in the chat is going to go absolutely wild. And then Jalen Brunson has the worst fourth quarter.
He just didn't shoot. He was standing in the corner.
I will say this. I will say this about Jalen Brunson. Look at what he does when Aaron Nesmith is not on the floor and when Aaron Nesmith is on the floor guarding him. When he can't get Nesmith switched off of him.
Do you think it was game plan, though? Like, I think it was game plan. Like, because he wasn't even trying.
No, I literally think he struggled to get that.
And like, I'm just going to go stand
No,
in the
I don't
corner?
think he was scared. I think he struggled to get Nesmith off of him, and he was frustrating him.
In the corner.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like whenever he had Ben Shepherd, Andrew Nemhard, or anyone else other than Nesmith switched on him, though, Tony.
McConnell.
He
DJ's on him.
Dude, he attacked, and they were talking about it. They were like, look at the space difference when he gets those guys on him. And you could tell, like, there's a massive gap when he could get space. And Aaron Nesmith was giving him literally no space at all, and it was frustrating him.
Real good.
I mean, you said that thing about him being the second best player, the second most important player.
I'm glad I said that yesterday because people were
You watch that game, he was definitely the second most important player in that game.
It's a little bit of I'm trying a little bit to bait people because obviously, Pascal's definitely better, but still,
well, that's why I changed the second most important player in the game.
I mean, it would still probably be Pascal, but I stand by my point.
Yeah, I mean, he
for me, he's their second most important player for sure. This is what pissed me off from Redmond. This dude just was hoisting threes with his little, dude, stop shooting threes, man. And I was on the Pacers. I'm like, I wanted that parlay. I'm like, dude, stop shooting. How many straight corner threes did he miss?
I don't know, but at the very end, he made like 3 in a row or something like that. And I was like, what the hell?
Now, how many freaking threes did this jack off shoot?
Well, he was shooting a ton. Cat was shooting like none, which was the weird part. He just stopped shooting threes and was attacking. Which, by the way, Cat
shot 5 threes. No way did he only shoot 5 threes.
He took 3 at the end.
He went 4 for 5. If you would have told me I would have never in a million years said he went 4 for 5.
Yeah, but he made like 3 of those, I think, at the end. He
missed a few, though. He only missed 1?
I don't know. He made a couple of them at the end, though. I know that.
Right?
Yeah.
How? I swear he missed 2 straight corner threes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Knicks, they got
one of them had to have his toe on the line.
Oh, I don't know about that.
If he was 4 for 5 and 6 for 15, so he was 2 for 10 inside the arc.
Wait, look at this dude.
There's the jersey.
Look at this guy. He got a jersey on.
Camera's all blurry though.
Yeah, he is blurry.
Why is your camera all blurry? We got to see the
jersey. Does it say Kevin on the back, or does it say K Phallic?
K Phallic.
Yeah, there we go.
Dude, honestly, that's like a hockey jersey. I could be like, yeah, K Phallic. That's a dude's nickname right there. That's a hockey player nickname right there.
I just wanted to pick my number. Big T got 44. I still just got 25.
I think I was literally the only one that got 44.
25's got to be a decent number. Or did everyone get 25?
But
everybody got 25.
Oh, everyone got 25. Damn, Big T, you got the specialty jersey right there. Look at that face.
Because I'll be honest, I wouldn't like it as much if it was 25. I'll be honest.
I want 34.
I believe you that you wouldn't like it as much if it said 25.
I would not have liked the 25.
Well, Saber, you did a good job. Big T was the only picky one, so you did a good job making sure you got the number right.
I want 34 for all the Houston Stars.
They could have left. I wonder who. Someone had to know about it to give all the info, but I don't know who it was. It wasn't me.
Yeah,
I know they misspelled Amber's name though.
Maybe
Amber got one. They misspelled it.
Maybe they asked Captain for it, like in a DM.
I don't know. It wasn't Captain because he sent me a thing. Surprised he got his.
Yeah,
it had to be the Prez. I mean, there's no one else. It had to be the Prez.
Yeah, it could have been him for sure. No, I haven't talked to him, but maybe it was
looks
him.
Good on Phallic though. Hockey jerseys meant for you, like that.
Dude, these jerseys on you bigger guys, they look perfect. Like I'm gonna be swimming in mine.
How come we always got to be bigger, fellas?
Hockey jerseys,
you guys are bigger. You guys are bigger.
He's always fat shaming me.
I'm not fat shaming you. I didn't say nothing about you being fat. I was going to say whether you are or not is irrelevant in this conversation.
Whether you are or not is irrelevant.
Listen, you fat, jacked, I don't give a shit. Be whatever you want to be.
There's
guys.
one thing that'll never offend me is someone saying I'm a bigger boy.
Yeah.
How do you spell Amber wrong? It was the last name they put Niehaus, and somehow.
How do you spell like Niehaus though? You literally just go on Twitter and look at it. Like people do spell it wrong though. I will say it. It's like, but people say my last name like in 10 different ways. I'm not spelling it wrong, but people like say it like way off.
How else could they say your last name?
Suburban. I've gotten
the letters. There's the B's not before the R.
Dude, I'm just telling you, I've gotten it so many different ways. Like when people say my last name, I don't know. Whatever. Phallic, what's going on, buddy? How was the game last night? Do you have any sweats?
No, I didn't. Baseball was good overall. Arizona kind of died on me, unfortunately, but had Houston everywhere.
Finally Houston came through for us with these
prices.
They've been so cheap.
The numbers for Houston are completely underrated over the last month for their hitting. Nobody's really realizing it, but they're one of the best hitting teams right now. I just don't think
is like free. You get freebies.
Yeah. They're all hitting the ball really nicely overall. So I think that people just are forgetting about that. So
I'll just say this. Nice, Kevin. I would love a jersey that said Armenian Hammer. Love that.
You would love that.
I would. Oh, that'd be the best. I'd probably give it to my dad because he would love that. But I would love that shit. That'd be amazing.
This guy got my last name too. I like that. I used to always when like announcers would struggle like saying it when like over the mic, they would always mess my name up. I'd always say it like that, like knee and then house, and then it would always click. So I love that he did that. People would always
spelled your name like that. I would wear it. If they spelled your name like that, that'd be cool. Not gonna lie.
At least no one. You couldn't mispronounce that name if it was like that.
No, everyone will get your name right.
Everyone will get it right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And like no one gets it right without that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. All right. Anything else from last game that you were surprised about? You talked about Brunson standing in the corner.
Brunson and Ant. I was just very, and I'm on both other teams. I was on the Pacers. I was on OKC for the series, but I was very disappointed with Brunson and Ant the last two games. And
was anybody surprised that they put in Landry Shamet over Miles McBride at the end?
Dude, so it's funny.
I don't know what Dibs was doing.
I'm sure I know what he was doing. He's trying to find something. He's like no one.
You didn't find it from that pew.
Because listen, the Pacers were going on these runs, and I think it goes back to the point of, remember we were talking about the Mitchell Robinson and them not trying to foul him, not even employing that strategy at all. And it's like they don't want that. They just want to run. They were pushing the basketball, makes, misses, it didn't matter. They were just pushing the shit out of the ball and saying to the Knicks pretty much like, you can't hang with us. You can't hang with us every single game. I mean, think about it. Game 3, the Pacers lost that game. Like the Pacers should have won that game. This series should be over. That's how dominant the Pacers have been really in this series. And I don't know if people look at it that way, but it's been dominant in my opinion.
For sure.
You think so? You think people are
the Pacers? I don't know how anyone could have watched this series and not think the Pacers.
You think that people watch this series and go, the Pacers are just way better than the Knicks?
I don't see how they wouldn't, but maybe. I mean, Knicks fans, maybe not, but anyone else.
No way, Knicks fans. Yeah, no way, Knicks fans.
What's this 84 piece right here all about, though? 84 nugget up on Halliburton. So why don't you go ahead and say, Big T said
that's Big T's. That was Big T's third favorite captain yesterday. I love Brunson, and I can't do it with Hallie. He's got some holes.
He's got some holes.
He's got some holes. I mean, we talked about the whole dude. I'm telling you right now. First of all, Snatch season yesterday. We talked about it. That was a winner, by the way. The people love Snatch season. Big T, you won yesterday after we talked up Snatch season. Halliburton's got the snow bunny in the house. She was jumping all over him after the game.
We definitely eating him up last night after that game.
Bro, I mean, we should have known it was Halliburton all day, every day after
Pops
we
was
talked
back
up
in the
Snatch
building
season.
too. He had Pops back.
Pops, yeah, free Pops. I love how they had him in the.
They had him up in where he wasn't getting in no trouble. He was way up in the rafters,
way up there.
On the roof.
Yep, they had him in the suite or whatever they call it, the lounge. I don't know what they call it, but they had him up there chilling. He had his Halliburton, it looked like a blanket towel thing with his face on it. He was showing it after the game. So that was pretty sick. But yeah, the 84 piece, the triple double. I mean, you saw the assist coming.
Get good games like 56, 60s, and but once you get up in the bracket, the 80 bracket, I mean, how many 80s have we had in the playoffs?
Not many. Did Jokic have an 80 game? I think he might have had
right
one.
Here, 83. Jokic had a 77 and an 83 and an 82. Oh, you're gonna get me talking about Jokic again. Get me out of the Nuggets bracket.
You asked me. You asked me, so I just answered it.
Good.
You asked me. I was just answering your question.
I honestly didn't think I was gonna see 3 80 bombers from him though. I thought I would see maybe one.
See, that's the thing with Halliburton, though. That's why, in my opinion, he's always one of the better captains, because you're either getting like that 60 or close to 60, or you're getting the bad game. So it's like perfect for tournaments. It's like one or the other. Whereas like Jalen Brunson, I feel like you're always getting like in the middle, but you could get higher. It's like Halliburton, it's more completely hit or completely miss.
Yep, no, I agree.
So. Do we think Cat's going to be like fuck for the next game with his knee, or do we just think
he looked bad?
He looked bad. I can't believe they left him in at the end of that game.
Yeah, I think he's all right. I just think he has a poon between his legs.
Good old poons.
Sambino, glad I got to catch y'all boys live. Keep up the great work. Best in the business. Appreciate you, brother. Hit the like button. If you enjoy the show, you can hit the like button. Dozer, man, I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Take me back. We love Doze.
Doze is one of my 10 favorite members.
He came to see the jersey. Woo.
I mean, everyone loves the jersey.
That jersey does look good. Seriously, that thing, that's meant for you. You're gonna get some snatch today. Speaking of snatch, wearing that thing,
baby.
I'm telling you. See, Tony, even though you don't like the workout stuff, it brought us to a place where we talked winners at the end of the day. We said Aaron Neesmith was one of the best values. I mean, we talked winners on the show yesterday. We gave some winners, I think. We did a decent job. I'm not saying we were all perfect, but we did a pretty good job, I think, of throwing out the one. You even said DeJuan Wright, which I thought was the craziest thing ever, considering he actually got in the game after you talked about him.
That wasn't that crazy. See, I won't take credit when I don't deserve it. He played the game before.
Yeah, but you were like, why doesn't he just play over him?
Well, he's better than Cameron Payne. I'll stand by that too. So, I will stand by that take. But,
I mean,
and the dude hard to be better. I'll get on him again. You were calling me out in Discord. Cameron Payne didn't play again, baby.
Oh, you won't let this go, huh? You want that guy to come back in and apologize.
He's like, how can you possibly say he's their spark plug off the bench? He's all this stuff. No.
Why does the little guy have to be a spark plug, huh? Why does the little guy have to be the spark plug?
I think it all ended. The moment it ended is when he shot the ball over the backboard. I think that was the end of the series for him.
You think that's it?
I think that was it.
That was Tibbs' last straw with him.
He's like, we can't play him no more. He shot it over the backboard. We got to go to Landry Shamet now.
Oh, Landry Shamet. I was actually kind of surprised at the end of the game when they decided to bring in him over Deuce. Not that Deuce was like
it's stupid coaching. Deuce can get hot too.
Yeah, Deuce is the best example though of a guy I think back at home you might want to ride again. You might want to go back on some Deuce McBride because he's the perfect example of play him at home and fade him on the road type of role player. So maybe they do that.
We talked about Benny Math yesterday too, how he's been terrible, but he could be a spark plug, and he was the spark plug. He's the reason I lost in Showdown, though, like Redmond said, because I still didn't like him that much. He still only played 12 minutes, but he finally actually did some things in the 12 minutes.
I can't believe how much he did in the 12 minutes, but he was aggressive in the 12 minutes.
25 and a half is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's not where I'm gonna lose. Definitely was the Benny Math because that's where I lost too. So, it is what it is. But yeah, we did talk about him. You liked them more than me.
I like you playing some French.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked right now.
What the hell
I
are
have
you
to
guys
ask? Who's winning?
I asked Phallic because I knew JSU wouldn't even know what I was talking about, so I had to bring Phallic in for the niche variety. The French
Anthony,
Open.
Why don't we let JSU
wait a
go
second.
get some
Is this
warm
tennis?
water?
Is this tennis?
Winners.
You make fun for me bringing up like working out, and you're talking about fucking.
We make
tennis.
money off this. It's
Anthony,
DFS.
Get out of here!
There.
No one cares about.
You're talking
tennis.
about lifting dumbbells.
Anthony, how do you feel about the Survivor 50 cast? Feel good about it?
No, I don't feel good about that either. There's too many new school people.
Yeah, there's a lot of new schools. Yeah, go get your water, JSU. Goodbye.
Yeah,
there are a lot of.
Whenever you talk any niche, he makes fun of me. This dude's talking about freaking dumbbell presses, thinking people are excited. But we talk about the French Open, and he leaves. He leaves the room.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, I'm just glad you're on here so I could ask you about the French. I had a few winners early. I need to check in because I had a couple big ones hit earlier.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Struggling? Redmond said it's bad too. Who's struggling?
I don't know. Who's struggling, Redmond?
You said you were struggling or something. I thought you had.
I lost Kismanovic was my first loss today easily. He sucked. And then
I actually bet the other dude in that one. Who was he going against?
Hallis.
Oh yeah. I had Hallie's in that one.
Yeah. So
yours was a favorite though, because Hallie's was I had plus something. I was plus.
Yeah, Hallie's was a dog.
I should have taken the money line. I took like the points though. He was like plus whatever he was.
Gotcha.
You guys done talking about your shitty sports?
Pick the winner. Pick the winner, JSU.
Versatile, Johnny. You got to be able to. It's a major in tennis.
We're going to talk WNBA next since we're talking shitty sports. Should we talk WNBA next? I saw a funny tweet. Someone said something like the WNBA is investigating possibilities of them banning fans from booing to make sure they don't hurt anyone's feelings in the game. So that's
just rude.
Funny tweet I thought about.
That's just rude.
What? Banning booing?
You bringing that up and thinking it's funny.
I think it's funny.
Rude,
I definitely think it's
rude. It's rude.
It's not rude.
By the way, when I talked about that app, remember when I talked about that kids app that like Grayson bets on?
Yes.
So it's called Stadium Live. And the reason I bring this up is because these things have gone viral where these 4 dudes, I tweeted it earlier, where these 4 dudes on the app bet that what's the chick's name? Who battles
Caitlin Clark?
The chick that sucks.
Well, it's not that MVP girl that
Angel Reese.
Okay.
So every game they bet Angel Reese to miss her first shot, and then they just go insane. They start rooting once she misses, they go crazy. And it's the stadium app. It's those people that do it from that app I was talking about.
Wait, they're like kids?
No, they're like it's like us 3 sitting here watching it and betting on her to miss, and then right when she misses, they just start going crazy, and it's freaking hilarious. The one dude's playing a guitar in the background, he's like, just
honestly, I could do something like that. Like you're almost hate watching it when you're rooting for them to like not do good. So you're like rooting for them to miss. I could do something like that.
One more thing before y'all jump into the slate. Anthony, you have anything booked for July 12th?
I don't know what I got for May 29th. July.
Well,
what day? July 12th.
UFC's coming to Nashville, and I'm working with.
I could definitely be talked into that.
Working with Dan to get some tickets. So.
Yeah. That one I could definitely be in for that.
Shall you put that on your calendar now?
Yeah, definitely.
Johnny, you can come too if you want.
Interest. You talk about UFC, you get him, you reel him back in.
I'm very
Johnny,
interested.
You want to come?
I'm very interested.
He's due
but
for
I
a
think
trip out
be
here too.
Florida.
We could drive down and go to UFC.
If I'm not in Florida that week with the wife and her family, I will go
again. What is she going 13 times this year?
Dude, I'm not kidding. So that's her every year family vacation that we go on. But she was at Disney last week with my nieces. I didn't go. I got spared this one, but she went with her nieces, her sister, her mother and father went down for a day. Yeah, she goes all the time. Whenever she's not working, she goes to Florida.
Uncle T, more than welcome to join. If I can, we should all just text Dan and try to get a DK suite up there.
Oh, Derek Lewis event too, so it'll be a quick. It'll be a quick finish.
Derek Lewis main event.
Yeah, the big dog.
Who's he fighting?
Teixeira
will put you up at Great Wolf.
Oh my God, he's fighting like that Taliesin Teixeira dude, the 6'9" guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh yes, that Teixeira dude, that 6'9" Taliesin Teixeira.
Yeah.
He's only fought like once or twice in the actual UFC. That fight's gonna end in like 90 seconds.
Yeah. And they got Jake Matthews versus Chitty.
Shitty. I like shitty cards. I'm on board for shitty cards. I'm fine with it.
Could be worse, but it's a pretty
Honestly,
bad card.
From a betting angle, I actually think I do better in like the shitty cards than I got to go back and look at like all the main cards and all like the Apex cards, because I swear I do like way better in the Apex cards. Yeah, 6'7". That dude is a massive human being. Mangone versus getting a woman. How did we bring Mangone into this?
It's just me. That might be meaner.
That's
than
actually mean, and I love it. That's what I'm talking about, being there. I'm just wondering how we got to Mangone versus a woman. We'd have to go like Mangone versus like the video game system, Mangone versus his right hand, Mangone versus his left hand, and then you get to Mangone versus the woman. I don't know how you just jump to that. For the UFC card. For the UFC card. Okay, never mind. I was on the snatch from yesterday. I was thinking more the snatch side of it from yesterday, but all right. Anything else here, boys? Should we get into this game now?
It's time. We got to talk about Ant-Man.
All right, we got to talk about it. Let's talk about it, Tony, because you were tweeting out. You were tweeting the Storm last game. You were very disappointed in Ant.
Rudy Gobert had more fantasy points than you, Ant. Rudy Gobert outscored you, Ant-Man. Come on.
Oh, my God. He had 29 and 28. Yeah,
you can't get outscored by Rudy in a 2-1 series at home. Like, you can't do it, Ant. You want the smoke. He wants the smoke from everybody. Come on, Ant. You got to be better.
I mean, 13 shots is just definitely – it's not enough. But this is what I talk about. I've talked about it on these shows before. It's just the way Ant plays. And all of his teammates. Now you're starting to hear his teammates come out, and this is why they like playing with Ant, especially Julius Randle, is because Ant is selfless to probably to a fault, and that's what you're alluding to, Tony. It's definitely to a fault when he's only taking 13 shots, but
he wasn't even creating for people though. Like he was
his usage was so low
because he was just passing and going to it was the Brunson. Brunson did the same thing. They would pass and then go to the corner.
Because the problem is like Ant, it's like SGA in a way, but Ant's gotta be able to figure this out because he's always gonna have like 3 guys pretty much closing in on him. At all times.
Especially when they see him just pass like that. They're going to do it even more.
Dude, it was like at the end of the game when they were just sending 2 guys at Ant. They were like, nope, we're not going to let you score. We'll leave a dude open to make you pass the ball. That's how much we don't care about Nah hitting a 3 or Jaden McDaniels getting a rim run. Like, we don't care about that. We just want the ball out of your hands.
You literally got 43 from Nah, 35 from Dante, and 40 from Jaden, and 29 from Rudy.
And they lost. Think about that.
It's pretty crazy to look at, though.
Julius Randle was 1 for 7, 0 for 3 from 3, 5 turnovers. You already touched on Ant. He 1 for 7 from 3, 5 for 13 from the field, 5 turnovers. But then they get – I mean, you couldn't ask for better games from their role guys. You couldn't ask for more.
Literally couldn't ask for more. They had
you didn't even bring up Dante. Game. Dante was 5 for 8 from 3 and 7 for 11 from the field. That was Dante's first good game, I mean, in a long time in the playoffs. Like Dante's been struggling in the playoffs. That was like his first good game in a while.
You can make a case that all those guys had their best game of the playoffs, and then Randall and Ant were just horrific.
Horrific, like so bad. You know,
this is
but
what Ant did last year too. Does he just run out of gas a little bit too? Because he was awesome versus the Nuggets, amazing, and then horrendous versus Dallas.
I don't want to make excuses. Who knows? Maybe all those ankle injuries are catching up to him a little bit, but like you said, he's just got to be better. He's got to go for it. He's got to at least.
Even if that means you have a game, and I hate this, but if you have a game where you go 10 for 32, like chuck that ball up there.
Yeah, like you're talking about it, like if you're gonna lose, at least let yourself lose the game. Like
and attack, just drive into guys. If you get a turnover here and there, so what? Be aggressive.
I think that's the
defense. That's why he sucks.
Yeah, I think the big we can talk about Ant and how poorly he played, but I think that the biggest issue right now is Julius Randle is not playing a position that is helpful for this team against this OKC team. Like he's just not, he doesn't fit against this OKC team, and that's the bigger issue.
It's just not a good match. I just keep saying it, but it was just so obvious. This is just such a terrible spot for someone like Julius Randle. And you've seen it in certain spots. They're choosing to go, smaller with other guys and stuff like that. It's just, it's not good. They need Anthony Edwards. Like, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. Like,
well,
you had a chance.
If you want my opinion, and it's not going to be what they're going to do, unfortunately, but Shannon has been playing really well as a complement to Anthony Edwards. And I think that they need a guy like that to be able to have two guys going to the rim against these guards versus a four-man going up against either Lou Dort or Jalen Williams or whoever he's going against.
Shannon over Randall?
I just think that they need a guy who is quick off the dribble and has that style. That's why Ant's pretty good in that situation. They're just all combining and closing in on him. And I think that
you're saying you want someone who also will attack when he catches, because Anthony Edwards has, multiple pairs of eyes just like pretty much stalking him at all times.
Kick the tires on. Maybe it's our showdown play tonight. Why don't they kick the tires on old Rob Dillingham one time? Kick the old tires on him. He's a creator.
Because Shannon's doing that already, right?
But it's a point
and I just
guard.
don't.
Shannon's not a point guard.
And I don't
Conley's
think they're gonna.
Too. Conley stands. Sit Conley down.
I don't think they'll sit Conley is the problem. And this is my take, but how the fuck in this series does not play 40 minutes? Nah is the only other dude besides McDaniels who even has a chance when SGA is playing offense. Like, even as a chance. Everyone else has tried and pretty much failed. No, and I know SGA had 40 or whatever. I'll still say that Nah is their best chance outside of McDaniels of slowing him down or making it at least difficult. Like, if he's going to score 40, fine, make it tough. Like, I don't understand how they don't have Nah and McDaniels playing together. Like, whenever SGA is on the floor, Nah and McDaniels should be on the floor. They're their two best defenders.
I can't even express how impressed I am with SGA, which you know me, it comes a lot from me because I didn't like him. I can't even express.
I know you didn't.
I can't even express how good I think he's been. He has been he's blown my mind how good he is.
What about Jalen Williams though?
And he's been awesome too. I mean, this team's earned my respect. I'll give it to them. They've earned my respect. Think about
this though. Their number 2 in this series has given them 53 fantasy points, 20, 50, 47. That's their number 2. Go to Julius Randle, the number 2 for the Minnesota, 17, 34, 19, 41. That's a massive difference. That means all the other guys below them have to. This is why they've lost multiple games in the series. All those others have to do way more. And then when Ant's passive, it makes you go nuts because Randall's not having it. So that's the problem with Minnesota right now. And on top of it, they got to throw away this stupid zone. If I see them go to another zone, it's going to drive me up a wall. If you're going to lose,
you know why they're doing it though? They just can't guard them.
I don't care. If you're going to lose playing man-to-man defense and trying to be aggressive.
By 30 though if they play man.
I don't care. That stupid zone is like,
you hate zone. You're a zone
dude.
hater,
Zone is like waving the white flag. It's like the lazy way out. That's what I used to say. When I coach basketball, I would always say zone is the lazy way out. All the kids would be breathing heavy. I'd be like, suck it up. We're not going to zone. I refuse. If you're gonna lose, you lose playing man-to-man defense.
Well, these zones have been nice in the playoffs.
Oh God! Every single time they get a good shot every time. They get a good shot every time they play in the zone.
Denver went 7 because they played zone. I'll say that.
OKC gets a good shot every time they play a zone.
Every time.
I mean, they do.
Because they don't get a good look when they're in man. They're going to get a good look every time because SGA is a surgeon.
Okay, but when I see Alex Caruso get the ball multiple times at the same spot and just do this. It's just a little floater. It just drives me nuts. I'm sorry. It's lazy. It's
well,
lazy.
the thing is you can say that, but how often do you think that they're going to shoot 45% from the 3-point line? I think that's the thing, is that they're forcing them to try to chuck it, and they're not going to shoot. They shot like 30. They went 16 for 37 from 3-point line last game, and I think that they are willing to take their chance on that. I think they just need to. The big thing that they need to do is figure out a way to clamp down on Jalen Williams more than they are right now. Like, that's their biggest issue, is that they're not doing anything against Jalen Williams at all.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you're focusing on SGA and then you got someone like Jalen Williams who can also take over. And it's like they just got a lot of good players. You know, they got good role players, and then Jalen Williams has been crushing in this series, and they struggled to stop it, probably because, you know, McDaniels is more on SGA, and McDaniels would be better suited, I think, on Jalen Williams. And this is why I think Nah should be playing 40 minutes. It's like, put Nah on SGA. McDaniels isn't doing much for it anyways, and then play McDaniels solely on Jalen Williams. I don't know, because I agree with Falik. Like, they haven't had an answer for him. He gets like good looks too, like very open, very easy looks.
Yeah. Oh, Tony, I just to annoy JSU even more, they just posted a very important tournament on DK for Saturday. 100K tournament, 20K up top in the UCL finals. Just got posted.
UCL, what the hell?
100K soccer contest.
Yep. Champions League Showdown, 100K, 20K up top. Just got posted.
Too.
Huh?
Is it the championship of the?
Yep.
It's the championship.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I can play a showdown. Rubio, get my projections ready.
Rubio.
Snap your fingers. It's going to happen.
Rubio.
Snap it in his face.
Rubio, get to work, huh? Get to work. Rubio,
what do you say you do here?
that movie is still the best. We're going to need those TPS reports. Johnny has no idea what we're talking about again.
No idea.
There's no way you haven't seen Office Space.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Oh my
You're
god.
disappointing me today. No, you haven't seen Office Space?
Is it a movie or a TV show?
No.
Is it a movie or a TV show?
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's a movie, and you gotta watch it. Unbelievable.
Oh no.
It's called Office Space.
Unfreaking believable.
Oh no.
The chat's gonna be very tilted at you right now. I mean,
hell no, I haven't seen this.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's one of the best all-time comedies ever. Watch it tonight. You gotta watch it tonight.
Wait, they don't make good comedy. Is this right before they stopped making good comedies?
20 years ago this movie came out. Like, this was when I was in high school.
26 years ago.
Oh, yeah. 1999. All right. So they were still making good comedies.
You'll love this movie. And no joke, not even joking. You got to watch it. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't even heard of it.
I mean, it's just so good.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
literally, I haven't even heard of it.
Usually, when I thought you would have, usually you've seen stuff like this. I thought you were gonna say
No.
I might just go watch it. I just might
I'm
go watch
actually
it today.
yes. I
surprised
think we should
because
just watch it on like playback. Pull it up and just watch it.
I'm actually
Grab
surprised
some
because it's
Whitneys and put it
99.
on. Yes, I'm with Redmond. One of our meals. Let's get some Whitneys and put on Office Space.
The Office Space with the Wendy's.
I can't believe
Taco
you're in for a
Bell.
treat.
Ooh,
I wish
Taco
I hadn't
Bell.
seen it. I'd love to watch it for the first time again.
Yeah, I've
Oh
never
my
seen
goodness.
it. I,
Oh
I
my
literally
goodness.
never even heard about it until. Oh, there's tons of big actors in it though.
It's literally a top 10 movie of all time. Like it's
Top
as
10
good
movie
as
of all time.
I mean, it's a classic, like classic. It definitely, if you just told me to like name 10 movies, it's definitely one of the 10.
That's one of your top 10 movies
right now.
Wow.
It's harder than you think when someone's like, name your top movies, and you got to like think about it, even though you've seen them all. Like it's harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
10's a lot too, by the way.
Yeah. I just said 10 because I didn't want you guys to like call me out and be like, which ones you got ahead of it. I wanted to give me a little bit more buffer room.
Adam wants you to find me every day until I watch.
I can't believe you haven't watched it.
I'm embarrassed right now to be
I just can't
associated
believe it.
with you.
I've never even. I'll be honest. I never even heard of it. Like normally, like I'll be like, yeah, I've just never watched it.
This is the best part of it too. It's funny every time you watch it. It's like old school and all these movies that are funny every time.
Yeah, the movies back in the day, back in the late 90s and stuff like that. That's how they used to be. Now they don't make good movies anymore. I feel like I think they make shitty movies. So
I don't have sharing. I don't have sharing capabilities, but I do want to hear some of LG's favorite movies.
I don't know if you want to hear some of my favorite movies. I will say Super Troopers is up there. When I pulled up Office Space, Super Troopers was like right under it, and it like Super Troopers is definitely one of my all-time favorite
type
movies.
movie as far as like the comedy.
It's definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. For sure. But yeah, that's fair. That's
all right. Sorry. I took us off track again. I gotta leave in like 20 minutes anyway. So
Jason's in a damn cave drinking hot water. So,
I thought he would have seen this one. He doesn't catch me off guard often. When I saw that look in his face that he had no idea what Falk was talking about, I'm like, oh no.
Literally no idea. No idea.
Yeah, but back to this game though. You guys can talk about whatever adjustments you want. Like we get an easy winner tonight. OKC, this thing's over. Nighty night. Bet the Thunder. They got no answer. It's just they're better. It's over. Nighty night. Go get your money. Showdown. What do we do with that? I think we see a comfortable victory. So I wanted to look at these prices like we did yesterday, though, because I thought
so you're SGA over Ant, you're Jalen Williams over Randall.
Let's look at the prices real quick just to do it. So SGA goes up 400, Jalen goes up 400, Chet goes down 200, Hartenstein definitely needs to go down, went down a little bit. Caruso, same price.
Right.
Lou Dort was the mispriced last game. I never liked Lou Dort. He really didn't do good, but 3,200 was crazy.
I had him projected for 14 points, and he hit every single lineup, no matter what I could do.
It was a misprice, but now he's back to 46, which is much more understandable. Kaysen 42 still. Wiggins Wiggins has been terrible all series. DNP'd, he is 1,000. Isaiah Joe gets a big jump. So he's our big jump today, up to 2,400. Kenrich is 1,200.
And if you think it's a blowout, Isaiah Joe's a better play. If you do think OKC rolls.
Yeah, I mean, I think Isaiah Joe's definitely a better play than Wiggins. I mean, that first game when we talked about it too, even though that they ended up 13 each, Isaiah Joe and Kenrich were kind of the guys ahead of Wiggins too, in my opinion.
Kenrich got like 12 minutes last game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Wiggins, but he's only 1,000, so I mean he's down there, but I don't see that. And then let's see if anything changed big for the Wolves. And was 11.4, so basically the same. Randall better have gone down, only 400. That's still too expensive. McDaniels went down a decent amount, 72. Rudy down a little.
Dude,
Nas
no
better
matter
have gone.
what, don't let me play Nas. Nas has
Yeah.
disappointed me every single game.
He's
Like,
overpriced too. He's got to be the worst
overpriced.
play of the night.
Nas and Hartenstein, just get them
Wow.
out.
So look at this is why I like doing this, because Conley, I talked about how they need to bid. He's down to 2,800. Oh man, is he cheap?
Because
I have 16. I've been projected for
4,800.
16.
if the Wolves do keep it close, you would think they stay super tight in this game.
I have been
Like,
projected for 16.
Why would they move Terrence Shannon down to 1,000? Why?
That's the big issue. Is
Why?
that
He's played good 2 straight games. Why would you put him down to 1,000? Why would it go the other direction?
I don't know.
get that.
Mike Conley went way down. Terrence Shannon went down. I don't know why.
I don't understand that at all.
that's what makes this slate hard, is that you want to play a lot of OKC guys, but the Minnesota guys are the price tags.
Yeah, because like
none of these guys are the
Caruso,
price
Dort.
tags, though.
No, I think what it is, and here's
from
been
OKC and cheapies from Minnesota.
Yeah, so I think that what it is that you try to force in the 3 studs in the series: Ant, Jalen Williams, and SGA. Those are the 3 guys that are only 3 guys playing 40 minutes basically this entire series, and you force those 3 guys in somewhere. You overproject them, and then you see what gets built from there, and you figure out, you have to make a decision on which ones you want between Dante DiVincenzo, Mike Conley, Terrence Shannon, and Nah. You can't overproject all of them. It's just not going to happen. You saw it one game, you're never going to see it again. You have to figure out which 2 of those guys are going to do well, and then you have to go to the OKC side and figure out which ones are going to get the run. And that's kind of how this slate that's how this tournament is, or this series, has worked, is figuring out which guys on each of those teams are going to do well. People are going to overproject Nah, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing yet. I have not figured that out yet, because you have Mike Conley, who is so cheap, but you know that Mike Conley is going to get the first chance at the minutes, and then the second person who's going to get the chance is probably DiVincenzo. So it's a tough slate, because people are going to want to project Nah for like 28 points. And I just don't think you can do that.
But people are going to also get stuck playing Mike Conley because of his price tag. It's kind of like the Lou Dort effect of last game.
I think it's even more dramatic than that, though, because Lou Dort was guaranteed to play. Mike Conley is not guaranteed to play.
Right.
So I think it's even worse than Lou Dort.
I'm just saying, though, he's a starter and he's 2,800.
I think Conley's going to win us all the money tonight, because people are going to play him. And I'm telling you, right? Sometimes I get hot and just weird stuff comes to me. I think it's Rob Dillingham. I'm telling you. I know it's a crazy take. No one in the world is going to say to play him. He's 1,000. If it's a blowout, you get the run. I think he could get run anyways, just if they have to roll the dice on something. And no one's going to have him. And Fallick strung it up in my head when Fallick was talking about it. But
in that big blowout game,
he probably won't play. If it's a close game, the whole game, he probably won't play. But the minute they go up 20 or something and they need to roll the dice, I think it's Rob Dillingham.
Yeah, I mean, in the big blowout game, he got 8 minutes. So, if they get beaten up enough, even if it's early, is what you're.
I think if they go up 20, he's their number 1 pick too. I think they just roll the dice on him, and no one is going to have him. No one that doesn't watch this show will have him, which is what I love in Showdown. And even if he doesn't, he's still only 1,000. He's not killing you if he somehow doesn't.
Either way, I think we can all agree we don't like Mike Conley here on this spot. I do think
you can not like him all you want, but he's still going to project to hit lineups solely because
he's take him out in these cases.
I'm going to take his ass out. Yeah, I'm going to take his ass out.
He's going to be so high owned.
Because I don't want what you were talking about with Lou Dort last game, which was like, you were like, I kept projecting him for like 14, and they just kept jamming him in there which is, I think, is the similar thing with Mike Conley. I think you can project him low all you want. It's still going to keep jamming him in there.
Yeah,
So
it's still the same thing always in showdown. Like you're just all he has to do is outscore his range. He has to outscore, but Nas even in there. And I mean, he still has to, I like 14's not going to be good enough.
Yeah. I'm with you. So I will
my
say,
fear is they just don't start him. That's my fear, because then no one will play him as much. I want him
no,
to start.
I hope they start him. I
hope they start him too. My fear is they just like start Nah or something, and then no one plays Conley.
Well, they should just start Nah, but I hope they don't, because
I hope they do, because it's going to mess things
don't.
up if Conley doesn't start. It's going to be annoying. So I hope he starts.
Yep.
I can't believe that he has another year on his contract, Mike Conley. That is.
He's played a long time. How many times has he been? How many years has he been around? He was at Ohio State with Greg Oden. I mean, that was
his first season
years ago.
His first season was 2007.
So if you just throw all three studs in there, like K Fallick was talking about, and I just threw SGA up top, you got 3,400 for your last three spots. Nas 3,400, and you throw them in, so 3,400 for your last two. Like, is this where you kind of want to be with your build, Tony, getting rid of some of this mid tier?
I'm just shoving OKC. I don't even like Ant as much as you guys will. I think this game is a full-blown blowout. I think Minnesota quits. I think they got no answers. I think Randall's a horrible matchup. And then if you take Randall out, which I agree with Fallick, you just don't have enough. You don't have, and they're on the road again. OKC's going to have a great crowd. I think we see literally like a 40-point win tonight. I think it's a total blowout.
So if you think it's a total blowout, I think Isaiah Joe, Dillingham, Terrence Shannon are like three of the best value plays.
And I'm going to lean into all that, and I'm going to for sure, just like SGA and Jalen, I'm going to focus mainly on them. But I'll have some, man. I'm not saying I'm not playing any app, because
get in there. You got to play a little Ant as that third guy. You got to get
I think he's gonna I legit think Ant's gonna get like 34 fantasy points. I think it might be enough though at 34 with the way
if it's a blowout.
I was about to say, I don't know if you can avoid it.
I totally agree. I'm just saying, definitely not in the captain. I'm not playing him in the. I won't have any.
We saw some of those games. Remember some of those Golden State blowout games where Jimmy was the winner. Yeah. And he didn't even do that good, but he was just the winner in the blowout. That's how I see
this game going.
So
what was game 7? I'm curious because the Nuggets got beat up game 7. Jokic had 39. Look at these numbers from game 7 when the Thunder whooped them. I mean, Jokic, this is what I see from tonight a little bit. Similar to this, where you got a 39 from Ant and then a bunch of just guys doing stuff.
God, so you just think Ant's going to lay down. You're completely off the Ant.
He really disappointed me the other night. I think I'm not, and I have no faith in Randall whatsoever.
But at some point,
I don't have faith in Randall.
Shoot it 40 times, right?
Why is he going to shoot it 40 times, though? He didn't shoot it. He shot it 13 times last game. Why is he just going to start chucking now?
Because there's no way that Dante DiVincenzo and Nah are going to do what they did last game.
Shoot 30 times over two guys.
It's going to be 2 or 3 guys on him, literally. That's the thing with Ant. Like, he splits 2 defenders, and there's a third guy waiting for him. You guys notice that? Like, they literally have 3 guys, waiting for him.
They know they got this team beat. These are the advantages we want in the playoffs. This is why we love the playoffs. Anyone can go in and run projections. These are the games where we get the edge, and sometimes you just get hot and things come clear to us. The playoffs have been good to us. I think it's like clear as day tonight. If the game stays close, I'll lose. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, if the game stays close, you're definitely going to lose, because if that happens, then
100%.
McDaniels, some of these like mid-tier guys are just going to get there. You know what I mean?
OKC is so freaking good, and Minnesota is defeated. They know that OKC is just really, really good.
I guess I'm more. I guess I'm an Ant guy, so I refuse to believe that he's just laying down
on the other side of this thing. So
I just refuse to believe he's just laying down. Like, it's just like he's over. Like, he lost his swag, like you were talking about a few games ago.
It happened last year. What was the score? I'm gonna pull it up. What was the score last year?
Look it up.
Because I honestly don't remember. It could go either way on me here.
Yeah, you're like it could be bad.
I know they got
sure.
beat up, but I don't. So they won 4-1. Game 5, which was the same spot as tonight, was in Minnesota. The Mavs won by 20 in Minnesota. Same spot as tonight. Let's see what Ant had 28 points, played 43 minutes. Yeah, Ant had a big game though. Ant was huge, and Towns was huge.
I just refuse to like he's gonna. This is it. Like this is the end of the season. Like he's gonna play. Minutes. He's gonna play 43 minutes probably here. He's probably gonna play a season high, and I agree with Falik. He's gonna take more shots, whether he makes them or not. He's just no way they're not telling him that. So he's going to be a little more forceful.
And poured it in garbage time, Redmond said. I don't remember that. So Minnesota won the second half by 8 points, and they still lost by 20. That's pretty interesting, actually. So they were down. It was literally 69-40 at halftime. They were down 30 at halftime. At home.
So what does that tell you, though? Because he still played 43 minutes. Does that tell you that the blowout is not as good for Minnesota side? What do you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm still going to have a bunch of Ant, like as far as what you guys just said. Even if I project him for, say I project him for 40, with the way I'm projecting guys, I'm still going to get a lot of Ant. Like, I don't need.
Well, you have to because you're not going to get a lot of Randall.
Ant and Cat. So, I mean, like, Minnesota, like my two favorites will still be those guys.
Your two favorites are going to be Ant and Randall?
Just because of raw points, like just raw, like where they're going to end up. Not because of if I like them and stuff. It's just where they'll end up.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not going to get a lot of Randall though, because you still got 5 guys at the top. And obviously the other 4 are going to be way ahead. So I'm not going to get that much Randall anyways.
Are you going to make a rule like at least one cheapie or something like that? Like,
yeah.
Falik, are you going to make any rules?
One cheapie not named Conley.
The only rules I'd make is limiting the number between these guards, making sure you have no more than 2 or something like that between those bottom 4 guys on Minnesota that are there, Dante, Conley, Nah, and Shannon. And then on the OKC side, it would be the same-ish thing where you have like Cason Wallace, Caruso, who really shouldn't be in that conversation, I guess.
Caruso's a bad blowout play.
He's another guy that
he's killed us in blowouts.
Yeah, but like I would limit the number of people in that low range. I'm not going to hit any of the, like, there's no chance I'll have I'll have all 3 of the Minnesota bigs. I'll be lucky if one hits my lineup. I've just kind of avoided over projecting those guys, and I'm trying. I
don't like the big on either team, honestly.
No, I've been avoiding them all series, to be honest. As I've been playing, like the only one I've been playing is Rudy Gobert because he's been the cheapest. It hasn't hurt, it hasn't helped, but
he's been on the winner a couple times. Not that he scored great, but he's still been on the winner just because of the win.
2 of the 4 games, even though I hate it, it's happened.
The last 2, I think.
He's another guy that I think gets helped a little bit in the wasted games and stuff because he gets all his just loose points.
Yep. And they just keep playing him like he's gonna get his minutes. Like blowout's probably not gonna affect him as much, probably, but. Yeah. All right. So your favorite captain's going to be who? SGA or J-Dub, Tony?
SGA for sure. I mean, their salary to spend 100%. I might lock SGA captain tonight.
Ooh, don't do that. J-Dub's been the winner multiple times.
I'll have J-Dub, but I'm going to have a lot. It'll be like 70-30 or 80-20 towards.
Because you're going to kick yourself when like it's a blowout and SGA only gets like 50 and J-Dub gets like 47 and is somehow the winner.
Well, no, because it's going to be raw points. So if he gets 50 and 47, it's going to be.
But I'm just saying when it's that close in a blowout, what happens if he outscores them by one? Like, you're going to kick yourself.
I mean, I'm going to have a ton.
Here's the thing that I think you'll need to remember is that there is a set date that the NBA finals start. No matter what, they start on June 5th.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
So no matter, like, if this game is with, like, you're going to need a game to be 30, 40 points to limit some of these guys, with it being a game that could end the series.
I mean, OKC already plays a million guys.
Yeah, OKC already does it. In Minnesota, I just don't know how quick Minnesota's going to give up. I think they're going to fight, even if they're losing bad. I think they're going to fight until it's literally almost over.
OKC plays a million guys, except for 2 guys who play 40 minutes. That's the thing, is it's not – OKC plays 10 guys, but they really, no matter what, well, they play 9 guys, but 2 of the guys are playing still 40 minutes per game. So no matter what, they're going to be in the game. When it's a 20-point game, they're still going to be in the game.
Oh yeah, they're going to close it out. I agree with you, Falik. They're not going to wave the flag until pretty much Minnesota waves the flag.
Yeah. So I would be careful with under projecting guys due to a blowout in this spot, because OKC has no reason to worry about sitting their guys. They have 9 days rest or 8 days rest.
Yeah, but we're not, like, we're not going to under project the 3 studs. Hartenstein we don't like. Caruso we don't like in a blowout. Lou Dort's price is up. So you're going to under project
a lot of this mid-tier no matter what. You're going to under project.
Yeah, you're going to like these guys. So it's just naturally going to happen anyways. I don't know, like, who are we getting screwed by? Caruso, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
listen, I haven't.
Getting screwed by him, it's probably not going the way you want it to go.
My answer to you is I haven't liked any guys on the Thunder except for SGA, Jalen Williams, and Cason Wallace all series. So I may be the wrong person to ask, because those literally have been the only 3 guys that have hit my lineup.
I mean, those are the 3 we like tonight. We don't.
I get it. I'm just
like any of these guys, anyways.
I'm just trying to say, be careful with dropping the projections.
The same thing we're saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not on these. Like, if you just say in a rhetorical, say you like 2 of these 3, you like Ant. I mean, you're naturally going to get these other guys anyways, like the Nas and the Conleys and the Shannons and the. I mean, that's the chalk build. Without even running it, I bet you get exactly what you're saying is what it's going to be.
Yeah, it hit. You're absolutely correct. The only difference is obviously that, as we said, Mike Conley is
100% the decider of the slate. I hope they start him. If they don't start him, then everything changes.
We're going to start
him.
So
if you plug in SGA, Ant, J-Dub, Nah, and Terrence Shannon into a lineup, you get 5,800. That's with SGA and the captain. You get 5,800 for your last spot.
Yeah,
that's like that's like such a simple build.
I mean, what is it with? I mean, you got to put Conley in to see the build, because everyone's going to play it. Like, what is it then?
With Mike Conley, it is who do I take out? Terrence Shannon.
Let's go SGA and Jalen Conley. You got 3,700 for your last 2. But then, like, say you do play the 1K guy, Terrence Shannon, you're still at 6,400, which is Gobert, really. So, I mean,
right. Yeah, it's kind of like it puts you in like clear and obvious spots. I feel like.
Which is spots the good thing for us is I don't like Conley, and everybody in that range is guys we don't like. Nas, Hartenstein, and Rudy. Those 3 are in that range, and we don't like those 3. So I think that we're going to win a lot of money tonight. I'm calling it now, because this slate, I feel really good about this slate.
Yeah, I like it too. We're a little different in the paths, but we're not different in the fact that we still like and dislike the same kind of the same guys. I mean, I'm going to have to play some Ant captain.
Well, what's your rankings there, big boy? After yesterday, you were calling me out of. I want to hear rankings here.
I did have Halliburton 1. You did have him 3. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Yeah, I'd probably go. Well, Ant, J-Dub, SGA would probably be my captain rankings, because I do think if it goes south, I think SGA might get hurt, like the ceiling upside of him might get hurt by it because he needs those volume because he's getting all the twos and stuff. And I think if it goes south quicker, he's more apt to kind of let him not take 30 shots pretty much and him take only 20. And because other guys are feeling themselves. Lou Dort's probably hit a couple threes. Case and Wallace is because think about it. When OKC rolls like that, when they actually roll like that, all their role players at home feed off the crowd. They all are a little more aggressive. They all are better, hitting shots and stuff like that. And Fallick said it. Minnesota is going to give up those open looks to those other guys, especially when we go to that zone. So, they're going to have chances. And that's how they really put it on them, like Tony kind of wants. So, in that scenario, I think SGA is not getting 60. He's probably getting 45 or 50 in that scenario. And J-Dub's probably getting close to that as well. It's just more – it's more it's kind of spread out a little bit more as opposed to one guy. I think if you want the SGA explosion game, I think you're almost like you want Minnesota to be in the game. Kind of like the Knicks were in the game, but they were never controlling the game, Tony, right? Like the Pacers last game, they just controlled the game. They went on their spurts. The Knicks would kind of hit a few shots to hang back in, but they were never close. You were never oh shit, the Knicks are going to win this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And just playing with it while you were talking too, one interesting thing about not going SGA captain, which this is why I like to do the show early and then we post our stuff up at Run Pure later in the day. But you can actually play all four studs with a Jalen captain or an Ant captain or a Chet captain. So anybody but SGA, you can play all four of them and play 2 1K guys, which it could be Terrence Shannon and whoever you want. I think that build is a build I can definitely get behind. Even if I don't love Chet, I still love Chet's floor. And I love because then it gets you off all your decision points. You have no more decision points. You got the 4 studs, 2 cheapies. Even if the game stays close in that build, you could win. I think you cover all your there's going to be too many people play it now, but that's a really good build.
Yeah, hopefully they stop attacking Chet.
Last game of his life. I thought he's got 1 more year on his contract.
He's got $10 more million to make next year, unless they find a way to cut him and do that. But he's not done.
Mike Conley's a vet. He could find his.
I'm gonna head out, but I'll drop this. The Astros just got another starting pitcher on the 60-day DL. We're up to 5 of our best starting pitchers on the
Back
DL.
on JSU's side, you're boring the people.
I'm not boring people. They want to know that Ronel
All right, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here too, though, Fallick. So
I'm ready to eat too. So we're all ready to get
Tony's ready to eat. Fallick's got to get though. Fallick, love the SaberSim / Run Pure Sports jersey. Shout out SaberSim again. Hopefully, I get mine in the mail here soon. Today,
that crown thing paid 26,000 crowns last night. By the way, it hit 26,000. So not huge, but still solid.
Yeah, shout out DK. Love that. Crown's hitting for Big T. Another big win for Big T as well. If you want to check out all the content at Run Pure Sports, RPS15 is that promo code. Hit the like button on the video. Hope you enjoyed.
That's $50 by the way, too. I was curious how much it was. That's $50.
$50. Okay.
For free. $50 for free.
Yeah. You can go throw that on your French Open winners or whatever it's called. Get an extra $50 for your French whatever. But either way, we'll be back same time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Me and Big T breaking down the Knicks and Pacers. Fallick, appreciate you joining. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Big T, Fallick, and myself. Good luck in your DraftKings, DFS, and bets. Till tomorrow, we're out of here. Peace.